All right, so I bought a microphone. It's not for podcasting. I'm not going to make a podcast. I promise you that. Unless I actually start to learn about something that's actually fucking real and get an education, I'm not doing a podcast. But anyway, I digress. This is my first video with my new microphone. Anyway, pretty exciting. And I'm kind of just testing it out in this video and shooting the shit because I want to test out the quality and I want to play with the vibes in this video. I got the lighting a little bit different. I want to see if I can make a better video, maybe. I don't know, or get the elements of a better video out there. And I'm also trying to get better at continuously talking. So if it sounds awkward, that makes sense because I'm trying to get used to having an online voice. So I don't know what's on my mind. I made a little bit of music with the mic last night, which I thought was cool. Opened GarageBand, it was don't get me shit, it barely counts as music, but I layered some effects and some vocals and some tracks onto my vocals. I just repeated a phrase, kind of like a poetry thing, and it was cool. It sounded cool, and I'm proud of myself that I was able to figure it all out because a lot of this software is just fucking new to me. Okay, there's a topic. My generation, probably I'm 22 for reference. It seems like people my age just aren't very computer literate. And I think that checks out. They say the Gen Alpha is the one brought up with the iPads and shit, but I think that's definitely not true. In our case, most of us were 5 or 6 or whatever when the iPad came out, and a few years down the line we had one, or our parents had an iPod Touch or some bullshit like that. But we never had computers, and so therefore they never taught us commands, basic shit, how to type. I remember they tried to teach us how to type, but they just found it was too hard. I don't know why they should have just continued with that, but I don't fucking know. I also just smoked a joint, so yeah. Anyway, I was just, I think we need to get more computer literate because there's so much more shit you can do with a computer, and I think a lot of people would get to see the good side of technology, not all this AI bullshit and slop and fucking Instagram, and there's a lot of actual cool technology out there that just isn't being used because we have this righteous anger that fuck tech, right? At this point, fuck AI, and more specifically fuck AI, which I totally agree with, but it's also it's also turning off a lot of people from technology in general, which is fair, but I think there definitely is some interesting stuff on computers that a lot of people could do, a lot of creatives. For example, I run an Instagram page, and a lot of that shit I just drew on my laptop, on my trackpad, on a free website. So it's almost, for me, a way to kind of practice my leftist values. It's go and support something free, and it's drawing. Fuck, I'm just talking, guys, and I'm high, and this is just so shitty, but I'm gonna put it out there because I don't give a fuck, and I need to practice being brave if I want to try, making videos talking about politics or serious subject matter or reporting. I don't know if I do, but maybe I am, so, I gotta get... no matter what I gotta do, I gotta get better at talking to the camera, and I know, I'm just saying a bunch of bullshit, and, I just give you, a bunch of, random stuff right in a row and contradict myself, 3 or 4 times. But, you know, that's what it takes. That's what it takes to become a YouTuber. What else? Okay, I saw a movie. What did I see last? What movie did I see last? Oh, The Moment. Banger. Anyone who's saying that The Moment was like just a Taylor Swift diss movie or anything like that, like you totally missed the point. That it was a fucking banger movie. The only thing is, you need to know like a lot about. You need to follow the entire Brett Summer thing and have to be a fan of hers to like the movie, in my opinion. Like there's just too much. It's too niche of a movie for mass appeal. That's why I think it's going to get a cult following in the future. But I mean, like, and spoilers ahead, I guess. But I thought like it's really cool to see her like go. Her next move after Brat was to go into this weird film direction where she's like talking about David Lynch and Cronenberg and all this stuff. And then her Letterboxd reviews, and it all kind of led up to her announcing all these movie roles. Like she's going to be in a Takashi Miike movie. Like that's going to be fucking crazy. If you don't know him, he's a horror legend, and I don't really know him, but I've heard his name around in the horror community. I've just never checked it out. And the movie, like it had a very interesting ending where when she gets like commercial success and critical success for what she did. Like I thought that was pretty crazy. Like it was like another like tragic like downfall story, but like it was a good twist because, you know, it's not like a new story or a new archetype or anything like that, but just the way it was executed was quite unique. And also the movie was quite hilarious, like when the fucking weirdest esthetician or whatever is putting the tanning light right in her face, and she fucking burns her, and Rachel sent, like, it was really funny. It was and Alexander Skarsgård as the villain and his assistant were hilarious. And also the cinematography, like everything like looked really cool. Like the shaky cam, they didn't need to have as much shaky cam as they did, but like some of the shaky cam worked, and especially in these scenes where she's like walking through these glass hallways and it's like shining and it just looks really beautiful. So I think Aiden Zamiri did a pretty good job, and I think this is going to be a movie that you know, you're going to love it or hate it, and most people will not love it or hate it. It'll be a very niche cult following type movie, I think. Let's see, what else can I yap about? I don't know. I think that's it for this video.